Hello. Did a little bit of creative editing there. Don't know how it worked. I will take a listen to it later on. But if you caught it from the very beginning, after I said go live, you heard what I heard this morning and recorded on my front porch. It is, of course, lots of bird song. There is an app for the phone called Merlin, Merlin. I believe that's correct. It's the bird. It's a certain kind of bird. So it is a bird app, and one of the wonderful, wonderful things that you can do with it is just hit the record button, and it says it's listening, and every time it hears a bird, it prints the ID of what the bird is based on the song right there on your screen. And so this morning I had, the 5 or 6 of them, and one of the first times that I actually caught the red-tailed hawk. And I don't know if we may play this later on in the stream and see if people can guess what the bird calls are. I'm thinking about that. We'll see what kind of people we end up with, if we have enough to have a little bit of a game going. Anyway, that was fun. I have enjoyed that app. I highly recommend it. It does make you select your region that you're in, and that helps, of course, the database not overwhelming your phone. Hi, happy Sunday afternoon. We have a beautiful Sunday afternoon going on. We have had such a streak of great weather. Heat's got to come sometime, but boy, I am not complaining. It has been wonderful to do things on the porch because it's just very pleasant, and it's been so dry. There's no mosquitoes. I don't have to spray up with bug spray, so we have been really enjoying the front porch, and playing yesterday a new to us game, Rummy King, which is with Rummikub is also another name for it, with the tiles. They look like numbered tiles. And this morning I sat outside and I picked a fleece. I'm going to talk a little bit more about all of that while I'm spinning. I'm going to spin the silk, the yak silk, or silk yak, whatever it is, that I've been working on, that I want to apply. It's a very slow process, so it's just going to take me a number of streams to get through the entire 4 ounces for this. So let's get to spinning. I gotta turn myself around here. Yeah, I don't have any other. Just checking what I had showing on my screen. Let's get this settled a little closer. How's that look? That looks pretty good. And I need a towel on my lap because this stuff sheds like crazy. Where did I put my towels? Here. I can use this one. It's kind of dirty. Well, it's got a stain on it. It's been... Turn around so you can see the little decoration there. There we go. That's prettier. And I have 3 ounces. I only spun an ounce last stream, and I did not spin at all since then. So, yeah. Here's a piece. Oh man, already I'm yawning. I don't know what is up with me. I think I feel like I'm sleeping well. I'm just tired all the time. And I just had my yearly physical and I had all the blood tests. And my thyroid's fine. I mean, everything's fine. I don't have any reason to be tired. I don't know if it's boredom. Hardly. But how thin I want to make these. Now, I've been doing a lot of fiber processing. I know I haven't been doing any spinning, but I've been doing a lot of fiber processing. So this is a June goal because of the Tour de Fleece. So we're halfway through, more than half. Today's the 18th. And I have a lot already done. And I'm doing two different things. I'm combing a Corriedale and I am carding a brown Shetland right now. The brown Shetland had a bag stuck in it that had a small amount of it that had a lot of gray combined with the brown, not as deep brown. I believe it was probably all from one area of the sheep. And so I did that today because it was a small amount and I figured I wanted to keep the bats separate. And I took it straight, it's been washed and it hadn't been picked, and I took it straight, unpicked, and put it on the drum carder, and I carded one bat and it looked terrible. I took the bat and carded it again. It looked better, but my thought was, I'm really fighting this because it's not picked open. So I sat on the porch and picked it open. And it took me about an hour. Then I came in and tried it out and did 2 more bats. So I did get that done today. It's going to be nice, just, can't really think what I want to say. I'm going to spin it woolen, and it's going to be a sturdy yarn. In other words, outerwear, maybe a hat or mittens. I'm not going to dye it. The natural color, it's fine, but it's, it's not the softest of wools. It's pretty standard micron count, I think. It didn't have any specific locks that I wanted to save like I did on the one that that was a Shetland too, and it is a I pulled all the locks out of it, and it's the one I was doing in the nylon net. And today I had done half of those locks, and today I went ahead and filled all my nylon nets back up again, sewed them into packets, and so I've got that ready to wash. And I have a few locks. I have a handful of locks left, and I have something planned for that. Probably Thursday evening. You might want to, I'll remind you and everybody when I leave again, but you might want to try and tune in Thursday evening. I got something planned. Hubby's out mowing today. I mowed yesterday. For a couple hours. Did a fair amount of it. We just have, enough that it takes 3 or 4 days of mowing over a couple hours. We don't do it until afternoon because too much to do in the morning. I just ordered more wool scour. It's Kookaburra. So that'll come in about a week. I'm still waiting for my drum carding cloth. That's coming from Canada. I haven't checked my email or anything, but if it's been shipped or not. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to changing that out anyways, but I need to. Forgot I have an open bottle of wine. I should have got myself a glass of wine this afternoon. Got peach tea. I mean, it's just an instant mix. Peach flavored iced tea. Guess I better move my... There we go. I noticed something when I was ordering the Kookaburra. Um, I did Google to see who carried it, and it came down to the Woolery or Halcyon, which is in Maine. And both of their websites, these are your standard either yarn or yarn spinning store. Woolery is mostly spinning. And they had on their curbside pickup or shipping. The stores are not open. And, I thought by now a business would want to be back, brick and board would want to be back open. It's not just that it was closed because it's Sunday. It said we have curbside pickup and no store hours currently in both cases. So I know when I bought this, so I bought 16 ounces, and that was in 2020 or the end of 2020, not when we were quarantined, but after quarantine had opened up, but they weren't open then, and I knew that, right? It was curbside pickup only then, and that was when I bought it. So it lasted me a long time, so I'm just was really surprised because I thought by the time I was buying more, I'm buying the same size, they'd be open. I could go and shop at their store, but no. Woolery was not. Now, Halcyon, I went ahead and ordered from them, and I hate to say this, but they were $5 cheaper in shipping. I hope they're not losing money, but I was a little stunned that there was a $5 difference in shipping on the one from Maine and the one that is in my own state. Seems crazy. Hello, Holly. You're multitasking. You're double dipping. Hi, Guitar Nut. Welcome. Yeah. You go, girl. You get them all watched. I have to say I've never tried that. Well, it's okay with me if you want to turn my sound off and listen to your friend. Depends on what they're streaming because, you can at least watch me spin. Guitar Nut, what are you up to today? Good to see you. Been talking about the fact I had to buy more wool scour, and I ended up buying it from Halcyon in Maine instead of the Woolery here in my state because of the shipping. They were cheaper shipping. Where's the papa fiber? You have 2 ears. Wow, lady. I'm impressed. Oh, you just had a fabulous day. A friend came over with her son, and they hung out with baby rabbits. Oh, a baby playpen. They picked 2 they want to take with them when they're weaned. That's good. That's good, yeah. Is she a fiber spinner, or they just like the bunnies? Boy, this is fuzzy. I mean, this is just like wanting to uh, flake everywhere. Well, that was a very poor blend. Wow, that is just like clump of yak and clump of silk. I'm kind of glad I don't have to spin that. Just a family friend, and my dad told her I had a bunch of bunnies, so they reached out and came over. Yeah, it actually looks gross, doesn't it? That is hard to believe that's what's in that blend. It looks more like the machine hiccuped and threw something else in there, because it doesn't look that dark. Compared to, I see little bits of the brown. I think what it is this is an awful lot of silk and not very much yak. There's no recording of, percent or anything like that. They just call it a yak silk blend. And I don't know, if you took an ounce of yak and an ounce of silk, I think the silk would weigh more. In I mean, there would be less silk for the ounce. I'm trying to say the silk is heavier. I may not be saying it right. I'm trying to say between silk and yak, I think the silk is heavier. But I don't really know for sure. Oh, why do you need to wrap them up by July 1st? Oh, for Tour de Fleece? I just answered my own question, didn't I? Oh, yeah. I need to empty these bobbins. So I definitely need to get this finished and plied. And then I have another 4 ounces I need to spin for another bobbin to ply with. So, yeah. I have, I think, 3 ounces left of this. So that's, I need to spend 7 ounces by July 1st. I've not been spinning off stream because I've been processing. I have a lot of washed fiber that is ready for the next carding or combing step, and unfortunately a lot of it needs picked open before I do it. The combing, I can get away with kind of picking it open a little bit, as you know, as I'm loading the combs. I'm gonna sit, if it isn't, the weather doesn't go nasty, it's supposed to stay nice. I'm gonna sit and comb tomorrow on the porch. I don't know. It seems like I'm just not getting any yarn done this year. Uh, I put 2 skeins away that I recently spun, but I'm trying to think if I even had done more before that. I'm pretty sure I did. It just, I don't know. Maybe because it's out of sight, it's out of mind. But I don't feel like I've made that many skeins of yarn today in this year already. Yeah, and it's about half over. I know. I realized that this morning. Yeah. Yeah, by the, yep, I know. Although, I still get more done in the summer than I do in the winter because our house is so cold in the winter. I if I don't always feel like being up and doing stuff inside, even the processing or washing fleece and stuff like that in the wintertime. I just don't like doing it when it's super cold. So I lose some of that inside time for that reason. I kind of like washing fleece better in this period, summer and fall especially. I realize that's not everybody's. Not everybody has the quantity of fleece to wash like I do. Oh, that didn't work. We're going to leave July 31st for Florida and be traveling. We're going to, our usual, maybe 10 days. Be gone about that. So I have a porch cat. I talked about this a little bit ago. This is this little gray tomcat. I call him little because, and I keep wanting to say she, although it very distinctly is not a she. But it's so petite. It's got big feet. It's like going to grow into them, I think. But it must be younger than I really realize to be out like this and wandering, probably from somewhere in the neighborhood. But it decided it wants to live on our porch. Now, we do feed it. I cannot have an animal sticking around and not feed it. And it's friendly to us. It comes and sits in our lap. It gets a little over excited when we pet it because I think it's just so happy and lonely and for human company, that after a while I have to put it down because it's just like it goes into this, I call him Twitch. His little tail twitches and he just gets so excited. Anyway, Twitch has been here for quite a couple of weeks now, and does not get along with Newman, my house cat, who goes in and out of the front door, which is the porch. So we have to play traffic controller, only let him out when the gray cat's not around. And yesterday, when we were sitting on the porch playing Rummy Cub, Newman's inside and I've got the screen door latched, and Twitch is sitting outside the screen door, not hissing or making any fuss, just stretched out, laying there like, no, you can't come out. And Newman's scratching on the door, and I finally closed the big door so that he couldn't really scratch on the screen door anymore. But that is the biggest thing that hubby hates, is the fact that our cat, who has lived here with us for many years, can't go in and out of his house. He can. The cat door is totally opposite end of the house, so if he goes outside, he isn't coming out right in front of the little gray cat. But the gray cat sleeps on the porch overnight, and we have a table, and we have a wrought iron table and 2 chairs, and the wrought iron chairs have cushions on them, and it's right beside the front door on the porch, and he likes to sleep in the one chair with the cushion. So I can look right out the front door window and see that the cat's out there. And this morning, our porch is the community porch, and not in the sense that we have people that come and visit and chat and everything. We have all sorts of animals, and putting the cat food out there, of course, attracts them. And this morning, hubby looked out the front door and he says, "Oh, we have company." And I said, "What?" And he said, "There's a mom raccoon and her 2 baby raccoons out there." I said, "Oh, they're probably eating the cat food." And he says, "No, they're just actually in the water that's there. He said the cat food was gone by then. But, so by the time I got to the door, they had moseyed on off the porch, and I didn't get to see them. But what I know exactly where they were, and what was so funny was the gray cat, was just sitting curled up on the chair, not even a foot away from him. Now it was up, right? Maybe the cat figured the raccoon didn't see it. I would think it would smell it. I don't know. Maybe there wasn't any problem. The cat was just watching the raccoon drink the water, and I was like stunned. Didn't even go after him or anything. But yeah, I put out big grapevine wreath, and every couple of years a little house wren makes a nest in it. Then we have to be careful where the cat is, because the wren goes crazy if it gets anywhere near the nest, and we have to watch when the baby's fledged. We saw that. If the baby's fledged, we got to make sure cat's not out there. And I mean, our front porch just is part of nature. It's part of the country there. We've seen some good stuff. I don't know what we're going to do about the gray kitty. I'm pretty sure I should take it to our Humane Society and get it neutered. they say that they don't keep cats and find homes for them, that they bring them back to where they were found. In other words, they're used to cats being feral, and they return them to their feral location. At least it's a no-kill, but that means they bring it back. I don't have a whole lot of faith in that. I kind of want to go get it, and not risk it getting dropped off too near the road or something that would be a problem. It wouldn't be such a problem. It's not, it wouldn't be such a problem, except that when wintertime comes, I'm not real sure it's going to be smart enough to go find a warm place in the barn. We've got one standard wood barn that is full of old hay. I mean, it would be very warm, and where I used to keep the rabbits, they can get in. I mean, the cat could get in. It's a concrete building. It's not heated, but it's completely out of the weather. I mean, it's not in the weather at all because it's a 2-story concrete building. It has an upper level that, do you know, I have never been in. I never went upstairs in that barn. I had all the rabbits on the first floor. It was a milking parlor. And the stairs to the outside are not real dependable. In other words, that was why I didn't risk going up there. But it is kind of funny to have a place on where you've lived so many years that you've never gone to on your own property. That's kind of weird, isn't it? That would bother you. I don't know about the floor. It looks to me like it's concrete. Would they make a concrete ceiling? I don't know. I don't know about construction well enough. And I most certainly could ask hubby. He would know. And I think he's been up there. But I get you, Guitar Nut. I know what you mean. I'm kind of a wimp. A scaredy cat. I'm pretty sure there was an owl living up there once. I haven't seen the owl around for quite a few years now. I heard a bird this morning a call that I've never heard before. And I went and got my phone, but by the time I got my phone and got back out there, I wasn't hearing it anymore. I hope that I catch it sometime, catch the sound of it. I really don't know what it was. And I know a lot of the bird calls. Did you hear the beginning of this guitar nut? Did you hear the bird? What I recorded? I played it at the very beginning before I started music. Oh, there could be gold. You can just catch the... I don't know how well it came across. I haven't checked either to see if it sounded on my... if the recording... It looked like it was picking it up. It was on my phone. I was just holding my phone playing it in front of the mic. Are you familiar with a lot of bird calls? I'm sure some of them would be the same in your area. I'm going to mute the music. Maybe here, music. Okay. Are you listening? Go play it. It's about a minute and a half. I got my phone as loud as I can. It's a cardinal. Pretty bird, pretty bird. There also was a hawk way in the distance, a red-tailed hawk. In other words, I'll show you this. This is how it lists it, okay, as far as what it recognized. So it heard a song sparrow, a northern cardinal, tufted titmouse, American goldfinch, and a red-tailed hawk. It heard all those and identified them. That's that app called Merlin. It's really cool. I have such a good time with it. I get very similar feedback, but like the hawk, today was the first time I caught the hawk. So, you know. And a lot of them, I can hear better, I'm sure, than you could. In other words, if you're doing it and listening to it, you'll hear it better than probably what it comes across. It's cool. Yeah, like the bird. Merlin is also, I think, a bird. Oops. Let's get this straightened out here. You have an iPhone? Oh, I was going to ask you that anyway because I found for iPad, iPhone, I found a Rummy Cub, an actual Rummy Cub game as an app, and you play computer players, and I've played it, and it's right now I can't tell. I think I'm in the tutorial because it's like way too easy, right? I think I'm in the tutorial part of it, but from what I understand, I think if you go through Facebook, you can play with Facebook players, which is a way that I don't know. Maybe we could play. It does 2 to 4. When you play by yourself, you do 4 computer players. I put it on my iPad. Because I like the bigger screen. I'm not on Facebook as Yarn Spinner's Tales at all. Because Facebook was around a long time. Or I never connected those two parts of me. And Facebook I kept pretty separate because it was more personal. And I only have it basically to keep in contact with the spinner group. We used to call ourselves the Odd Tuesday group, but most of them no longer come to it since the pandemic. But I keep in touch with them and my daughter through Facebook. That's about all I do on Facebook. My goodness, I'm having trouble here. I'm not sure. I think maybe this is too thick. Or too messed up. I don't know which. Too much fiber is feeding into the drafting zone. Oh, would you like some music back? I would. Let's get the music back. Okay, am I dropping frames? Oh, how about that? I didn't even think about that. I keep the music pretty low. You bought a new project car? 1983 Mercedes. Is it epic? I'm not familiar with it. I don't know. That's awesome though. Do you do body work too, or just the engine? Um, that sounds cool. You use Facebook because some family members would kill me if you didn't tag me in things. Then for the marketplace. So yeah, I don't shop the marketplace either. Yeah. You buy and sell some stuff on it pretty often. Well, good. I remember you talking about trading your some of your birds one time. You do the body work too? Okay, not the greatest, but you've been working on learning better. Man of many skills. R1 Epic, and this was not this husband, it was my first husband. Um, Epic car was a Karmann Ghia. And don't ask me the year. Let's see, if we moved, I really don't remember the year, but we lived in California at the time and drove up. We packed up the moving van. We had two cars, because we both worked, and he didn't want to drive the Karmann Ghia across the country, so they put it in the moving van, like on the upper level. They drove it up a ramp to the upper level, so it got moved in a big Worldwide or Atlas or something like that moving van with the rest of our stuff. In fact, there were 3 households in that van. It was so big. But yeah, and he didn't keep it too much longer after we got here. California is the kind of place you want to have that kind of car. Kentucky is not, because of the salt on the roads and all that sort of thing. So he eventually sold it to another car collector, and we carpooled with one car. But it was I had a terrible time getting in and out of that car, but it was cool. It was cool. Hunter Green. It's where all your quail trades. Okay, yeah. You grew up with Dad working on them, so it's some fun and nostalgic. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, when I met my current husband, second husband, um, he was uh, working on a car for me. Um, we had met under other circumstances, but he knew I don't think it was anything major, but he was, has a history of working on cars in his younger years. And I forget what I was going to say. Um, he really got away from that. What I was going to say is, I was driving a really, really old Chevy Citation, and he started finding the used Volvos. We drove those used Volvos for years. We'd drive one, and they were wagons, and we'd drive one for a long time, and he'd keep it running, and then we'd get another one, and he'd keep that one running. And they always looked like crap, but they ran good. Sometimes they didn't have air conditioning, right? It's like, oh man, I'd give anything to have a new car. I finally said, you know what? We're both working. We're going to get a new car. We're going to get something that it looks good. We can drive to Florida. Talk about that my very first car was in 1976, and I don't know what year it was, but it was a Rambler. It was Rhoda. I named him Rhoda. It was a Rambler. I have had a lot of cars in my life, and I've had a lot of cats in my life. I don't know what that says about me, but it's the truth. So cool. They were sweet. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Probably, but anyway. That's what you buy when you are both in college. You're paying $50 a month rent for a teeny tiny apartment, and you want to run somewhere and get groceries. You live off campus, so you drive it to campus classes and go get groceries and stuff. The Rambler, yeah. Just break time. You spinning too, Guitar Nut? Mm. Oh, I asked if you were spinning also. Maybe I mumbled a little bit. Um, that is so shiny. Look at that shiny. You're working on the Rambouillet? Oh, from Bumblebee Acres. It's really nice. Ooh, that sounds pretty. Rambouillet is nice. Spin it enough and you'll learn how to spell it too. You got it right. It'll knit up really nice into something. Oh, this will? I don't know how it's gonna drape, or what I'm gonna end up yardage wise. Probably won't be a very big project. I really want to do the obvious. I want to spin 100% silk, not plied with anything else, just silk, and make a purse, silk purse. Yeah. But I have a number of patterns for evening, evening bags, and I think that would be fun to have for the cruise ship. I was so proud of hubby. He was listening to podcasts. This is not something he normally does at all. And of course, the podcasts were about cruising. That's why he was listening to them. But he found them all on his own, and he was listening to them yesterday. Not that we're newbies, and there's an awful lot of stuff they talk about that we have already know about and experienced and understand, but it's all right. I think he is wishing it was time to go. I think it's like December 6th. That's when we go. Yes, it is. It's like a down. It's like Angora, really. Actually less defined than Angora. Cashmere. It's like cashmere, where it's just kind of like a down. And that is because they don't use the, it's like the Toggenfell on Icelandic. They use the undercoat. They don't use the outer coat. I'm going to treat myself to a manicure this coming week. Hubby wants to go to the casino boat. I don't gamble, at least not often. Sometimes I do the slots, but it's just not my thing. But instead, I'm going to go to their spa and get my nails done. I'm looking forward to that. Wish we had something dressy to do. I mean, we don't have plans to do anything special. Although we are going to the Galt House Friday. We've talked about that, Guitar Nut. Hubby has his cigar night there, and shoot, we could eat there. That would be expensive, but be nice. Dress up and go. I'll see how he feels about that. I'll tell him I have to do something because I got my nails done. All dressed up, I gotta go. I have a picture in 2020, September 2020, of our anniversary. We went out, we got all dressed up, and I took a picture in a mirror, so I get both of us, and we have our masks on. That is, forever going to be part of our 2020, isn't it? Uh-oh. What happened here? Wow. I'm not sure. Did I get hung up on something? No? Everything just fell apart? Don't know. Well, that still doesn't look good. Alright, go back further. Ah, my pull-in is going wonky. I need more pull-in. That's what's going on. So it was backing up. Okay. Should be better now. Yeah, the restaurant at the Gold House is at the top. And they have it so that the dining room revolves, so that you get a panoramic. It isn't quite panoramic. 3/4 of it looks out over the river, but 1/4 of it goes past where you go into the dining room, right? It's just part of their dining room. But it's cool to go up there and have a dinner, but it's so expensive. We usually save it for special occasion. And we can go do that, and then there's lots of places nearby to eat. There's an Irish place, there is Spaghetti Factory. I mean, there is just lots of good places to eat nearby, even within walking distance, so it isn't really necessary to eat there. Yes, you can get steak. It's not a steak house per se. It's just your standard high-end chef food. Music, you know. Usually a pianist. We've gone to wine tastings there too, which was interesting. We did stay and eat afterwards. But they bring in representatives of the different wineries, like from California and stuff like that, that they use in their wine cellar, and they'll talk about the wines and that sort of thing. We only did it once, but it was interesting. Hubby's he's not a wine drinker. He'll drink it, but it's not really his thing. He'll drink anything that's a taste. In other words, that's what I'm trying to say. Not a full glass, but a taste. Even when I get a bottle of stuff, something that I not familiar with, and I'll taste it and I'll give him a sip or whatever, and that's all he wants, right? He's like, yeah, all right. You're heading to Las Vegas in early August for a work conference. Oh, I'm jealous. Those are fun. We are excited to try some nice restaurants. Oh, oh man, I've been to Vegas once when I lived in California, but I mean, I remember eating at the casino because that's where you got the free steak, right? That's what we did, right? And I remember breakfast buffets. That's all I remember about the food in Vegas, really. Now you got Food Network people that have their restaurants and all that kind of stuff. So work gets to pick up most of it, if not all the bills, so you're okay with it. Oh man, yes. That's why I said I was jealous. You get to play and have a little work in there too, but yeah, right. That'll be fun. I hope you have a great time. We've been talking about going to Vegas. we would do a package where you have the flight and everything. Hubby's already looked at some of them, but we haven't settled on anything yet. I don't know, August. That is like, whoo-wee. Gonna have to stay in. No desert hiking. Very hot. Yeah, it's a terrible month to go. That's why. Because it's cheaper. Probably. And I don't have any desire to go like see the Hoover Dam or anything like that. I really don't. So why not go when you're going to stay inside anyway? I would feel that way. Yeah, yeah. But what do they say? It's a dry heat. It's like Arizona, right? That's what they say about Arizona. But it's a dry heat. What I remember about the Strip, of course, was the lights, but is walking out of a casino through great big. It's almost like they didn't have a front to the building, and then going the next one over and walking in like the same way they did. It was like they didn't have front walls, right? They were just open all the time. It's so different than anything we have here that has a vestibule or hall, or you know what I'm saying. It's just like bam, you step in and you're in the casino. I don't know how much it changed because oh my gosh, that was in the 80s. I can't imagine there's so many new places now and everything, right? The new ones. So I'm sure it's very different now. 110 is still 110. Gee, you think so? Yeah. Thank you. I will. It's still kind of like that, is it? You can basically walk the whole strip now without going outside. Oh! How about that? They have bridges across the street to move sides now. All right. Huh. How about that? Well, not far away is the London Bridge. I was just reading about that online the other day. It's on one of the lakes, right? Lake Havasu. I don't know if it's in Vegas, but it's near there. You can go to it, I think. Okay, Holly, thank you. Cheers. Drink my iced tea. Which is almost gone. It's a good thing the stream's about ended. I do have a thing of water over here, too. I have a good friend that lives in Palm Desert, California. Lake Mojave. Or Mojave, California. That's where she lives. It's in the desert. And it's, I don't know how far it is from Vegas, but I would love to plan a visit with her, in conjunction with going out that way, since I'm closer than I'm ever going to be. We stay in touch through letters and texts. I worked with her when I lived in California, and we just stayed in touch all these years after I left. Maybe we'll plan it around hubby's birthday. It's in March. That wouldn't be bad. That'd probably be a pretty good time. Alright, I'm going to do just a little bit more, and then I'm going to stop. I'm going to try and fill in towards the end here. That would have been, I went all the way across the bottom and back. How about that? I was on that end when I started. And looks like I may have spun 1.5 ounces. fine. I'm not going to weigh it. I got to spin it all anyways. So I'm not going to worry about it. Just keep spinning. What is the weight of your single on this project? 4 ounces. Each fiber was a 4 ounce packet of fiber. I won't call. I guess this is a braid. Music seems to have gotten louder. No, I didn't touch it. Hi, Mass Bandit. I am good today. Welcome. Are you just home from work? Caught me towards the end of the stream. I don't have about 15 minutes left here. Now I'm going to be ready to go. Yep, first day back in over a week. Oh, you spent a week sick with the fever. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you're better. That is so miserable. Yeah, I've been listening to them talk about they're going to change the COVID injection for this coming fall, and I'm like, you better hurry. I'm afraid it's going to come out before we get the booster in us. Because it keeps changing. Keeps mutating. Yeah, mutates faster than they can change the booster. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. And we're not wearing masks anymore, and nobody wants to. I could, of course. I don't know. It wouldn't do me any good because hubby wouldn't wear one, and he'd be the one to get it. Then I would be exposed, right? It's kind of like you have to make a mutual decision here. He did when it was mandated, but did you? That's good. Yeah, I would too if I knew I was running a fever and probably contagious, whatever it is. Not that it does much good. They say aren't effective against virus. You have to get a hospital grade one for that. Yeah, that funky, big, boxy looking thing. Yeah. I don't know if the cloth, the paper hospital mask actually works or not. They might. We have a packet of those that we always take on the cruise with us. Uh, just in general, we don't wear them, but just in general to have them in case we do become sick or they're saying that there's something going around the boat. I'd wear it then. You're in such close quarters on those cruise ships. And you touch so much. I know they wipe things constantly, but if the ship is rocking and moving and stuff, a lot of times, I'm holding on to the handrail as I'm walking just to be sure that I don't fall. So, yeah, kind of a hotbed. Okay. I am going to call this all that I am going to do today. Wrap this up really good for now. I got a piece down here on the floor. Ships have a very strong quarantine medical preparations. They do. I know they do. At least there will be good responses. Yes, I agree. And I have been, knock on wood, very lucky. I've never had to use any kind of medical. My son-in-law did. He got very seasick. All they did was give him some, Dramamine or something like that, and told him to stay sort of in the middle of the ship in their cabin and whatever, don't go about outside and all that. But been very lucky. I have felt, the ship rocking, and it has bothered me a little bit on times that I drink too much, right? That's the only reason. It's very pleasant when you're on the in the bed though, and the ship is it's just like being rocked to sleep. I love that part. That part is. Yeah, I'm glad you got to say hi, Mass Bandit. I'm so sorry. Let's go see. That's what I was going to do. Let's go see who is streaming. And let's see here. I turned the music off. Let's see who is streaming. Who will raid? Sleeping Luna Design is Crocheting. Enemy Addict. Yarned and Dangerous. And other bad puns. Working on a Cardigan. Toasty Treat. Stationary Sunday. Master Canuck is, he's doing Legos. Huh. Is he working on his Mountain View Observatory? I want to see that. I'm going to go look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, if you guys haven't ever seen Astro Canuck, listen, I love this guy. I really do. So, I'm going to rate him.
Designer program, but this is available. Limited time. There's going to be another round that's going to be coming up in, I think, February. We're a little ways off from the next time.
I don't have that person.
Done to pick what's the next set going to be. But these go
Liz
quick.
is always a hoop. Yeah, Sleeping Luna.
It, so the next round is going to be 20,000 sets.
Anyway, I'm going to write that down and I want to check that out.
Sell out as well.
Hang on. I just plugged in my...
Quick.
Now you can hear.
Why would there be a light kit? Wouldn't the observatories need to be dark to work? Yes, but they would probably do things like having some interior light.
Okay. That's his voice. I love his voice. He's Canadian. Oh. Okay, you misspelled. Okay, thank you. I hadn't written it yet out. Anyway, check out ABSTA. Abstract Halo. Okay. Like the game. 13. Alright. Thank you, Holly. I will check that out. Thank you, Guitar Nut, and everybody that has been hanging out and keeping me company. I really appreciate it. And we will go, let's see here, if I can do this. I hope this doesn't make me sign in again. There's your raid call. Copy and paste that. And the last time my Ray did not work. But we'll try again. And if it doesn't, that is his name. That's where we're going. Nope, that didn't work. Hang on, it's not, it's this one. But that is his name. There we go. I just need to do the different thing. I hope he isn't just getting off, but there we go. Now I gotta read. Okay. Everybody, take care. See you Tuesday morning. I'll probably be knitting or crocheting. So, hope you can join me. Thanks for hanging around, everybody. I really appreciate it. It's been good talking to all of you. Thank you. Goodbye. Take care. Here we go.